Okay, so let's see. Ascension 2 still. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave in the previous attempt in this video and then just slap on this attempt onto that one. I kind of want to do that. Only problem is I did that once in one of my Nordhold videos where I just, I kind of left in the thought process, to say it like that, and people didn't really like it, which is, that was kind of interesting because in Age of Darkness and all the other games that I'm playing, people actually love it. If I leave in all the failed attempts, because then they can see how essentially how the progress was made. But I guess Nordhold is kind of different, or I don't know, just let me know. Maybe, I don't know, it was just a different audience. But anyways, if you're not seeing the first attempt, that's why. If you are seeing that, I'm just going to repeat a few things. Ooh, lightning surge. I think this is going to help us out a lot. So essentially one of the main takeaways, I think, from the previous wave is we can completely throw out the window every single tactic that we had previously for normal mode and also Ascension 1, because Ascension 2, every single enemy has plus 20%, and that just completely changes the game in my opinion. And so essentially I did the normal opening of letting the enemies get through for the first 3 waves, ended up with 2 HP, and then it was just essentially catching up. It was just a game of catch up, and we never really got ahead enough to actually be in a good position. It was always just rushing for more towers, and that means sacrificing the economy, so on and so forth. So it just wasn't a good approach. So this is why currently what I'm doing is just putting down 3 arc towers, because we still have a pretty good amount of HP, and we could actually make back some of that HP by grabbing the druid house. The other thing I did differently previously is I did not grab the economy budget and state construction upgrades, simply because that ultimately wouldn't help us out all that much in the early game, but we would sacrifice all of our gold, initial gold. Now, this time it's a little bit different because we do have Pact of Prosperity, but I think that's a much better opener, because ultimately, the guild hall would be 15 wood less, and then the university would be like, I don't know, maybe 28 or 22. So in total, that's like 40 some wood, and I don't think ultimately that's that big of a difference, because we already have the passive of Forester Lodge. Essentially half of the passive would be spared, and we would burn all of our gold. So I didn't really like that approach. Now this Olaf is fucking insane. Because not only do we grab a good discount on trade ships, but we also gotta grab a further discount on everything else. Okay, so that is going to be definitely a eco-focused, a little bit of a upgrade or passive or hero ability, or whatever you want to call it. I think we could excuse me, allergies are kicking in. I think we could actually grab everything. Now this, that was crazy. The last trade ship was 20 wood. Okay. And now we... Ooh, this is interesting. I'm probably not going to grab Endless Woods, because I'd rather grab all of these other passives for the time being. I'm not going to fly into workers just yet, but it's nice to have it coming in, like 20 wheat production, that's good. And then also grabbing the gold mine. I'm thinking what we could also do, since arc towers don't actually cost gold, because I want to build up the Pact of Prosperity as much as I can, is actually I'm going to move everyone away into stone and then just grab another arc tower and just go with that. Yes, and this is also going to boost our trade ships, which is going to be even more gold, so we might actually not even have to rush to the gold mine. Well, there's still going to be 3 waves or something. So let's see. Yeah, so far it definitely seems that the arc towers are the safest bet. Although, as you can see, they're already having some problems holding off those waves. So this is when it starts to get rough, because if I leave all the 4 workers on stone, then yes, we can grab another arc tower. But we're kind of sacrificing our economy. Well, the only reason we're not really sacrificing our economy is because we have a shit ton of gold coming in. And all that gold can actually help us out. Maybe just put 1 guy on wheat, just to build that up. And let's also not forget, well, this is not going to be enough. Okay, what should we take off? Okay, so it's not going to be 69, it's going to be 67, but we can increase or just exchange a little bit of resources for the next arc tower. Okay. Let's see if that... Well, I don't think that one single arc tower is going to do all that much. But 4 of these might actually be a good choice. And so currently what I'm going for is how can we stabilize early on, right? Because this was the exact same thing that I tried to figure out during the normal mode and Ascension. One is how can we stabilize the game early on. So, and by that what I mean is have a good enough defense so that, you know, we're not even losing HP, not losing much. We're not losing HP at all. And then once we have that, we can full on focus on economy. Now it might be that we cannot do that from this point on because of how the enemies scale, and that means we need to go a more classic RTS approach, I guess, which is to balance creating workers, balance creating gathering resources, balance creating military units, or in this case towers. That could easily be the case. We just have to see. I think once we get the 3 ships boosted, we're going to be in a very good position, because at that point we're going to have a ton of gold to actually burn. And then we could even risk going for cheaper workers and just boosting our worker count, because let's not forget that the first boss will also kill off a worker. Since Ascension 2 includes all the like bad stuff from the previous Ascensions. So as you can see, the boss triggers effects is still here. Next to all the enemies have 20% extra HP. Okay, not really lucky with the lightning strike. Yes, it's only 1.6% chance, but still, that was 0. Okay. Grants 50 gold for each boss defeated. I'm not actually sure, does this like carry forward? Like if I kill a boss from this point on, will that also give me 50 gold? Or this just gives me 50 gold for the bosses I have already defeated? For each boss defeat. I mean, based on the text, I would say yes. If I kill the boss 2 waves from now, I will get 50 gold. But I'm honestly not sure. This is kind of an interesting one. I didn't even think about this previously. You know what? I'm going to reserve it just to be sure. Plus, I want to use the gold. Okay. I do want 1 Raven Tower. Oh, that's a nasty spot. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's a very nasty spot. So the reason I want a Raven Tower is so that we can take out the boss easily. Since 1 Raven Tower, especially if it covers this much ground, I think can easily take out 1 boss. Or the first boss. So at least we don't have to worry about that. And it's actually, in the previous test run, I should say, the boss wasn't even the biggest problem. It was actually the minions, always. So, yeah, that's why I said this is a completely different game in that sense. Okay, now we have a ton of gold coming in. So do we go with workers? I think yes, because we are going to lose a worker 2 waves from now. I think we need to. So this is going to just give us 5 extra, and that's going to give us 20 extra. So obviously we're going to go with Wonder Seed. Okay, and then let's just see what the next. Oh, it's not active. My apologies. Let's just see what the next wave brings, because I want to see the general defense, how that holds up. Because good news that these 2 arc towers are already dealing a ton of damage, but then once it gets the highest HP ones, yeah, that's when it starts falling apart. Yay, we got a lightning strike. Check that out. Insane. Okay. Ooh, not bad if we can actually grab some AoE for the Raven Towers. Let's see. Okay, so there's gonna be 3 more waves from now. Any other nasty spots for Raven Tower? In the future, this one, this 4 hex and 3 hex could be. But I think right now we should just focus on AoE. Because like I said, that is actually the problem. Not the boss. I will also say that the boss doesn't even matter currently. Let's grab even more gold. And then maybe just chill. Wait for Pact of Prosperity to build up and the Guild Hall. And then just burn it all on eco upgrades. Okay, let's see. Actually, Wrath Scattering is very nice in this situation. Because it bounces off the boss. And so this is what I meant, that the boss isn't even the problem. Because the boss is basically dead by the time he gets to our defense. And so all these other little shits. Okay. Ooh, Tower Heart. It's going to be the Arc Tower. Or Legendary Banner. I think this might actually be able to stabilize us currently. We get plus 50 extra damage for Arc Towers. Yes. And Mastery for Raven Towers. Oh, we could Master Raven Towers after this one. Because that's going to be more damage. And it's also going to be AoE. And it's also going to be single target damage. So a lot of good stuff. Alright. So, as you can tell in the in-game time, I had to take a little bit of a break for work reasons, but now we're back. So we're doing the Arc Towers stuff. Okay, good. So what should we do next? That is the question. It's insane how much you can get derailed by just having stupid fucking meetings, but that's beside the point. I just vented about this. Okay, I think this is good enough. I'm gonna get a little bit of more. When's the next market offer? Market offer is at wave 13, so technically... I mean, I kind of want all of these by the time we get there. It's not going to be too expensive, honestly, and what would I spend the money now? Not much. Okay, and then... Yes, we're going for conservation, good. Okay, and procreative power is going to be the next one that's kind of important. I mean, if we really want to go for Pact of Prosperity to keep building up, then I think we should grab this now. And go from there. And then maybe an Arc Tower over here. Although I don't want to build too many Arc Towers from this point on, because I think it's kind of feasible to grab the workshop with all the upgrades for cheaper towers. And so these are essentially just a waste of money if you just build them right now. So I think this is good enough where we are right now. Maybe another Raven Tower, because we're not going to mass it all that much. It would be really nice to see where this is going to go. Ooh, it's curving around. Holy. That's insane. Okay. Well, this is going to be an insane position. Probably for Raven Towers, maybe even Arc Towers in the future. Okay, let's keep an eye out on where we are. Because I want to see, like, where, you know, how much we can hold off and stuff like that. Okay, so... Yeah, not bad. It still feels like we're kind of on the edge, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it's not entirely stable. But we're doing a lot better than last time, that's for sure. Okay, so next up, we can grab a bunch of workers. I said we're gonna build up Pact of Prosperity. Actually, Pact of Prosperity is very interesting in my opinion in so many ways, because I rarely find the time to actually not use gold for something. And so I feel like this is actually very difficult to build up. Especially that it's only 5 gold extra per wave. So it might not be as good as I thought. Or I don't know. It's just my feeling, you know, that in order to really build this up, you gotta lay off gold for a lot longer. Okay, I think we're in a good position right now, actually. Okay, very nice. Twin Feathers. Twin Feathers, if we're really going to focus on AoE with the Raven Towers, then this is very good. Doom Blast is equally good. But we can scale this up. And we can also scale up Chain Echo. All of these are good, actually. I think we have a good potential for some Raven Tower action over here. Okay, beautiful. And we have conservation. So that means now... This will give us more. Okay, beautiful. That was... So this is normally how things would go. Okay. Now I don't want to overdo the remainder of the workers, and I'm honestly not even sure if we're gonna go with our normal route of maxing out Odin's Grace into the specialization of houses, into the remainder of the workers. I think at this point we could take this a little bit easy. This is gonna be 168, which we can do with only 2 workers. So 2 more workers with this amount of wheat that we're going to grab. And we could actually focus on our defense a little bit more. And by that what I mean is, also we have a good amount of gold in the guild hall, is actually grabbing workshop next time. Because we don't need wood for houses anymore. So we can actually grab workshop into all the upgrades for cheaper towers and possibly put down more raven towers or even more arc towers somewhere. I think that's what we're going to do. As for university research, so this is amazing. Once you have your economy going, it's kind of like you can do whatever you want. I'm definitely thinking about statue power. Just go with statue power. We could even double up on arc tower and raven tower in the statue. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be very nice, actually. I think that would put us in a very good position. Okay, nice. Okay, we're not doing too much damage. Yeah, we're actually not doing too much damage. I wanted to follow that up with, but it's good enough. It's actually not good enough. Because they are getting through. Okay, so I think it's a good call that this time we're going to build a bunch of towers. Okay, beer productivity, that's good. That's very good for us. And no, this is an interesting choice. Do we go for fire rate for raven towers? They don't scale well. Yes, it's 0.1. Let's add extra. I think raven towers should be damage, and we're going to compensate for the fire rate by building a bunch of them. Although arc towers, like I said, are also equally important. Okay, let's do this. Barrier damage, I'm sure it's free. I still don't know whether this will give us gold for the upcoming bosses. Currently we're spending 42, right? And we're getting 50 for the single boss that we defeated. I don't know if I can even tell in the future whether this will give us more for the upcoming bosses. We'll see. Okay, 2 workers done. I mean, technically we only need 1 more worker from this point on. Okay, I think this is good, and now we're going to do this workshop action and possibly build up a few more raven towers because this position is just insane. And then some arc towers as well. Well, we can only put down 1 arc tower, yeah, this because of the stone situation. Okay, we can upgrade the stone. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab all the gold. Boost raven and arc towers. Like so. Let's go with the advanced towers. And that was a crazy spending. Okay, and the next round we can actually build more arc towers, because I'm not sure if it's worth it to demolish these, honestly. I mean, they start at level 2 because we got these, right? That's level 4. I mean, we wouldn't be missing out on all that much. But these are not bad angles. Like, how would this be better? I mean, this is probably better because it can reach this location than the entirety of that location. Let's risk it. Also, this raven tower is not that relevant. Yeah, bro, like these are very nice locations. This could be another raven tower. I don't want to put arc towers on the highest hexes because we might get the artifact to have some good damage boost on higher hexes. If I demolish this, can I build another one? Probably not even, no. That would be very nice for the raven towers. Okay, let's see. We could actually end up dying here. I think we need to mass more arc towers. Okay, still extremely close. Bro, this is insane. Still very close. But now we can put down some more. Okay. Like how much that was. Good. Yeah, we didn't end up with enough wheat, but we can still buy a little bit of wheat. Okay, max down on workers. Perfect. We don't actually... need to have any to not run out of wheat, which is nice. Okay, I'm just gonna leave one in there, just to be sure. I'm not going to care about Pact of Prosperity right now, just want to max out on these eco upgrades. Okay, then probably one more round of gold, or maybe just... no, let's do one more round of towers. I want to stabilize more, although maybe this other batch of arc towers that we just put down is going to be enough. Let's see. Okay, they're still making it through, but not nearly as much as previously. Okay, yeah, chain echo, because previously they got this far, and now they've kind of been stopped over there, so that's good. Still not 100% stable. Next is banner choice. I mean, if we get really lucky, we could even grab the freeze banner for frost towers. I'm not sure if I want to invest in that. Although I could only put down like 2 arc towers at the moment. Yeah, I think eventually we will need freeze. Plus, actually, not just the freeze banner, we could also grab the other one. I don't remember the name, but the one that does AoE. That is also possible to go with that. Because right now I feel like it's the little shits that are causing some issues for us, and that could be solved by grabbing that banner for the Frost Tower. Yeah, let's do this and see if we can get some good banners. So that means technically half of the Frost Tower banners are going to be good for us. Okay, and these should focus on, yes, the barrier carriers first, after the bosses and the elites. Because right now, it's only the Raven Tower that can deal a really good amount of damage against tough enemies like bosses and elites. So unfortunately, I cannot switch around the 2 targeting priorities, because otherwise I would. To focus on barrier carriers first, entirely, take them out, then move on to the boss, then move on to the minion spawners. Okay. No, sorry, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be wave 18 for the banner choice. Okay, let's do this and one more extra arc tower. Okay, statue power increase. Now this actually should give us a lot of boost right now. I'm going to grab the other damage banner. And what should we do? Because we cannot really slack on the economy front. I mean, we could even like backtrack into our Odin's Grace path. Yeah, we need 125, which you cannot get from that. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, so next wave we can get wisdom into the specialization of houses and then the remainder of the workers. Because we are going to lose workers to the bosses. So I think this is fine. I'm going to leave this worker here so we can grab one more Frost Tower. Okay, I think this is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the statue power upgrade or statue power research is going to affect our defense. Ooh, if they can only get this far, that's actually very nice, because most of these towers can almost reach the other arc as well. Okay. Okay, I like where this is going. Definitely. Okay, and then 2 more workers for 248. Only 248. Okay, that's easy. That's gonna be 248. Good. As for the gold, lighthouses. See, I'm always spending gold. Like Pact of Prosperity is not cannot really kick in. Wildlife ritual. The question is how much outposts do we want to build? How much more of the map we have left? That's also a good question. Because I feel like Wildlife Ritual is very nice if you get it early. And as time goes on, it's less and less useful. spell damage once again. That would be nice if we get runestone towers, but we don't have runestone towers, so that's that. So what should we even get? I mean, honestly, I'm kind of lost right now. Like, what should we get? But one option is just to keep building up this position, which is very nice. Maybe even more Raven Towers. I feel like we need a little bit more Raven Tower action going on. Because for outposts, yeah, this would... 184. I mean, that's not the end of the world. But that scales up a lot. In terms of price. Okay, Twin Feathers. Yeah, I see death. That's what I was looking for. So this is very nice for AoE. But at the same time, bro, getting double shot and almost getting close to 100% damage dealt with either of the shots, both of the shots. Ooh. This is when I start to get logged in to banners of one tower only. Because I would love to get this, because I think in the long run this is going to be super useful for us. But this at the moment is just insane, I think. So we can keep scaling that up. Next building is for free. Nice. Ooh, Fractured Arrow. I love it, but I don't think any of the towers are not going to deal any damage. Okay, I think we can banish Opening Blitz. I don't think we're going to be using that. Or Critical Bond. Okay, so Wrath, Scattering. I was bound to go with Mastery. I just wanted to get rid of a few banners that I don't really want to. Actually, these ones didn't even attack. Interesting. Okay, let's grab the remaining 2 workers. And I mean, I can keep looking at this, but I don't think I'm going to pick it up. Plus, I mean, power growth is good because we can freeze enemies with Freeze Bomb. So that's at least good because we can use this 4 times. So that's going to be a total of 12 seconds of freeze, maybe for a boss. So that's good. But other than that, spell damage, we're not going with Runestone Tower, so I don't feel like that's particularly useful right now. Now, how should we burn the free stuff? We could go with a free General Collector or a free Raven Tower even. Kind of want damage right now. Yes, this might not be the most optimal... Actually, no, that wasn't the most optimal spot. These 2 are, because this covers this entire location, which is extremely good. Okay, and we're maxed out on workers, so I'm going to take away as many workers as I can. And maybe a little bit on stone, and also on a lot on gold, because I want to do some manual upgrades for Raven Towers. Probably a little bit of penetration and a little bit of accuracy. As for... I mean, it's good for the Fracture Arrow that these guys don't attack stuff over here, but if you just look at this, we could actually cover this entire location with these towers as well, and I think that's more worth it. So yeah, actually, let's do just that. Let's pop down 1 more Arc Tower and then go for a bunch of crazy upgrades. And these General Collector locations are not too good, in my opinion. Maybe this one, but that's a 4 hex. I'm still open for that artifact, so I'm not going to put anything over there. Okay, let's see. We could put down a bunch of stonemasons. Looking very good. I like what I see. I'm not sure how the sound is, because what's interesting is for me, it seems like every sound is good, and then when I edit the video, I'm like, damn, the game audio was extremely low. Happened in a recent first impressions video that for me it was perfect, and on the recording I could barely hear shit. So I'm not sure, maybe I'm just going to bump it up a little bit, and hopefully that's going to be better for you guys, but do let me know if the game sound is like extremely low. Okay. I mean, this is just amazing, bro. That we're getting the Fractured Arrow plus 5% damage every single wave. Well, next is boss wave, and I don't really want to risk it. Although the real question is this really going to matter? Like this 6 or 7 Arc Towers not shooting until they get this far. Or maybe we can wait up a little bit. Put down a Raven Tower. That's a nasty position. What effect is going to be the next one, I wonder? Also don't know if it's completely, like if it's always the same. Oh yeah, the boss reduces the fire rate to 70%. Okay. I need to look back at the Ascension 1 video whether that was the same for the second boss. Okay, boss is down. And we're cleaning house. And they got that far, so that means Fractured Arrow isn't going to kick in. Ooh. Worker is actually nice. We can technically get back the worker. Friendship Necklace. Even better. We can grab a free banner. Of course, we need to sacrifice the worker. Or we're going to sacrifice the next 4 waves for plus 40% fire rate. Now keep in mind that we're actually aiming for wave 30 just to proceed in the Ascensions. And that means technically half of what waves we have left will be blocked because of Artifact of Determination. So I would actually go with Friendship Necklace, Chill Explosion, thank you very much, and just grab another banner. Don't get me wrong, I love Artifact of Determination if it comes sooner. Or if it's a normal game and we're aiming for however long we can go. Okay, so now some upgrades, some manual upgrades. These guys. Now can cover almost all this location. Nice. Nice. Okay, love it. Raven Tower over there. A couple more Arc Towers actually in this location. Okay, beautiful. I just don't know what to do with the stone. Might just put down, or the wood. Might just put down a bunch of stone masons actually. Yep. Okay. I burned through all the wood. Not sure if it was worth it. We could keep most of our workers on gold still. And just do another batch of upgrades, because I did say I want to upgrade the Raven Towers as well. And this is still accumulating, that's good. Okay, let's see. So 9 more waves until we can unlock Ascension 3. All of those are getting attacked from all the Arc Towers. Maybe not these two, but that's okay. 4 waves. Okay. Frost Magician, no thanks. And this is what I meant, that the burst damage can actually scale above 100%. That's insane. Awesome. Okay, let's redistribute the workers, at least 1 in each. The reason I do that is because these upgrades, like Oak Crusher, Granite Grip, and Vein Tracing, scale very well with just 1 worker. So, like, 1 worker on stone means effectively 52 stone income. It's probably like similar for wood, right? So that's why I do that, to have at least 1 in each. Okay. I mean, at this point we could just go with Raven Towers, I think. Although we will need some Arc Towers as well. Well, whatever. We'll see. Penetration, I think, is going to be helpful. And then a little bit of accuracy. That will probably burn through most of our gold. Yes, it will. Okay, what kind of range can we fine-tune? Oh, this guy is just completely... I mean, it's really on the edge. Doesn't really matter. Okay, some more stone masons. Okay, that's it. Let's see. University research. Nice. Plus 15% damage for all the towers in. And I mean, at this point, I don't think it really matters what we get. I would probably go with something that is going to immediately affect us, like weak points, plus 5% crit chance. Everything. So we have 8 more waves left. Let's see if we can do this. I gotta say, Ascension mode is much more exciting than I had initially anticipated. I know I know you guys love playing it and told me to check this out, but it's these little things, right? Like increasing the health of all the, now this is definitely loud, like increasing the health of all the enemies. That is a complete game changer in my opinion, because you cannot go with a normal game, so to speak. And I cannot wait to see what the other Ascensions will hold based on this. So this is why it's extremely interesting, and it's really refreshing to see all these little quirks that the game introduces. Okay, volume, nice. More damage for Raven Towers. I mean, I would love to do that. Or just damage for all towers. Or fire rate for all towers. I don't know. I feel like Raven Towers are like the powerhouses currently. And of course, it's still going to be super helpful against the bosses. So I think that's fine. We can mass Arc Towers. Well, mass as in put down a few more. Okay, and then a few more from here. Good, and we could go with more accuracy for Raven Towers, but I think we're going to just focus on more damage. Because honestly, these banners, bro, Mastery, Wrath, Scattering, and Twin Feathers combined is insane. I would love to do a run, probably on normal mode, where we try to go with a full-on Raven Tower approach. Also, I don't think we've ever seen the unique banner of Raven Towers before. I don't think so. Okay, I think we're fine. Good. Cheaper relics. We're not going to be demolishing towers anymore. Maybe one up top, but I'm going to just leave it at this point, because I was thinking about taking this apart, but yeah, for that many resources, it's still level 7 Raven Tower, plus we can even increase the range like so, and then it can cover this entire area, so that's fine, I think. Maybe some stopping power in the form of more of these Frost Towers would be nice. A little bit of range increase even. Into more Arc Towers, because Arc Towers is still the main part of our defense. Good. 2 more waves until we can get another banner. Love it. Oh shit, yeah, of course we have a boss at wave 25. Okay. Yeah, I'm still thinking about whether Artifact of Determination would have been feasible and good to grab. Because it would be the end of this wave when we could start upgrading our towers, if I were to grab that. Or if I grab that. I mean, we got a lot of penetration, we got a lot of accuracy, plus, of course, a lot of range upgrade for all the Arc Towers, so I think it was a good call to not go for that. Painful Cold, I don't really care. Let's do a little bit of mixing this up. Mastery, of course, damn amazing. Chain Echo would be nice for some AoE. Although right now I don't know what we need. Whether we need more single target damage, because that will be Mastery, or we need more AoE, which is going to be Chain Echo. I mean, it's a rare banner, let's go with that. Okay, Chill Explosion, beautiful. More chance to freeze. And I think gold-wise we're doing pretty okay, so I'm going to put everyone on stone just so we can grab more and more of these Frost Towers, and I'm not going to care about that this is a 4 hex, because at this point I don't think... The only time we can grab that artifact that I wanted if we sacrifice a worker and we actually grab it, or get it. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It's a little bit of damage boost for all the Arc Towers. Like so. Beautiful, and I think the main part of our defense is now set. Oh yeah, that is awkward. Maybe shouldn't have spent all that gold, right? Because it logs the 3 best towers, which is of course Raven Towers. What if I unlock one of them? Level 7. Oh, the boss just evaporated. Okay, never mind then. I wanted to unlock it just so we can grab the boss, but the boss just got destroyed. The Artifact of Determination, of course not. Banners. We can grab Ghost Worker and then sacrifice it immediately. Do we even have a choice or a chance for the unique banner of the... Yeah, because... Oh yeah, we need 9. Wait, so if I grab this, I have the unique banner for the Raven Tower. No, because we got a fusing. Okay. Mastery is applied to Frost Tower as a damage addition. Dude, that's insane. We could try that out sometime. Raven Tower and Frost Tower combo. Although that's extremely slow. We will need something else for that to work, but that's nice. Yeah, Doom Blast has a chance to leave a doubly strong slow zone. This is amazing. Unfortunately, we don't have Doom Blast. So I think actually out of all of this, it's either we either grab this one, which is going to be nice for Arc Towers, or we grab this one, which is going to be nice for Frost Towers, but we're not really dealing damage with Frost Towers. Yeah, and because of that we need 12 banners. Yep, okay, so never mind. That project is now screwed. Let's unlock these towers. We can unlock 2 of them. 1 more next time. Yep, okay. Actually, I'm gonna put enough workers just to immediately be able to unlock it next round. Let's sacrifice a worker. Grab a banner. Maybe grab Icy Death now. Or just Twin Feathers. Just commit to Twin Feathers and have 2 shots that are extremely strong. I think that's what we're going to do. Mission choice. Yeah, we're gonna have mission choice at wave 28, but we're going until wave 30, so... I mean, technically also, that will not really matter. Whatever. I think there's not much more we can do at this point. You have to wait and see. I gotta say, the episode with Frost Towers, I enjoyed it a lot. It was just so epic to see all the Frost Towers go insane. Kind of want to revisit that concept. And also Raven Towers. Grab the unique banner for it. Okay. Holy shit. We have a little bit of issues, I think. People are getting through. What the hell? Let's unlock this guy. Maybe that was a bit unexpected, out of nowhere. Maybe there's a similar like difficulty bump at around wave 26, similar to the ones at wave 37 and 38. Could be. Could be that that's what we just ran into, because that was unexpectedly out of nowhere. Okay, let's see the next one. We might actually not even survive until the boss. Let's add some more penetration for Raven Towers. Yeah, like a frost zone over here. That would be nice. And the more Arc Towers we have, the more chance we have of triggering Lightning Surge. I think those are group healers that are causing that group of enemies to just survive everything. I'm actually thinking about... Hold on a minute. Yeah, Doom Blast now. I mean, now I don't want Doom Blast. More like more Twin Feathers or Chain Echo. I mean, we could grab Chain Echo just to help out our AoE situation. So I'm thinking those were probably group healers. So I'm gonna switch this around a little bit. Definitely focus on boss because that's the point. And then barrier carriers, or how should we do this? Ignore the I kind of want to pop the spawners. Maybe let's do this. Group healers into spawners and just ignore the barrier carriers. And we still have this one, the barrier breaker artifact. So we could just say this particular Arc Tower is going to deal a shit ton of barrier damage. It's possible. Okay, a little bit of range. Maybe another one. Also a little bit of range. And then some more Arc Towers back here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got extra crit damage, 15%, because we only had 3 towers with banners. Okay, let's see. Yeah, group healers and barrier carriers, so those will be absolutely targeted. Because they're unless they're not actually group healers. No, they just regenerate health. Okay, so they're not actually going to be targeted. Specifically. Yeah, that group, maybe they just have too much health, or I don't know. What's causing that group to be so tough? They do have immunity, that's for sure. +1 maximum spell and energy, that's insane. Okay, 2 more waves, guys. Cannot wait. More arc towers. Okay, let's grab a little bit of wood still. And then essentially we're gonna have one more wave. Is it worth putting down towers in the last wave? I don't think so. I think it's better if we just put everyone on gold. Oh yeah, I missed this. Whatever. Because I'd rather boost the ones we already have than just build a few more that's going to be like level 2 or 3, or I don't even know what the default level of each tower is. And what's very nice is now we have 5 chances of casting this spell, which has now been upgraded. So that means a total of 30 seconds of freeze time for the boss. I mean, there's no way, right, that we cannot kill the last boss in 30 seconds if it's frozen. I mean, doesn't matter. Okay, should we do anything? Maybe a little bit of extra damage. It could be that I'm extremely overdoing the amount of damage that we will need for the boss, and this guy will also just disappear as the wave 25 boss. Okay, let's see. Wave 30. What's gonna be the effect? Oh yeah, this is the one that transforms random units into elites, which is amazing if you have the artifact that elites drop 2 chests, or chests have a chance of having relics. Okay. Yeah, I'm still unsure like what is causing that particular group of enemies to just be nice. Oh shit. Okay, that was close, but we unlocked Ascension 3. Holy shit. I'm not sure if I watch back the footage, I'm gonna be smarter in figuring out what that was. But I mean, they're just so tough. Yeah, I don't know if they were actually like group healers or what, but okay. Now we have a shit ton of chests, but we have unlocked Ascension 3. Amazing. Let's just blaze through all of these. Legendary Banner. Lightning Surge. Twin Feathers. Okay. This one doesn't really matter. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, so the start of Ascension 2 is definitely the trickiest, because you cannot like really sacrifice all that much. You gotta immediately start taking out some enemies. And then that essentially, that small piece basically screws up your entire early game. If you're doing the same early game as I do most of the time, which is just focusing on economy, putting down an okay-ish defense, and then focusing on economy. I'm just checking the targeting priority, but that's not a problem. So yeah, interesting. I'm pretty sure Ascension 3 is also going to be insane, and plus, of course, it's going to hold all the problems from Ascension 1 and 2. So that is ultimately going to be very tricky. Cannot wait to see what that's all about. But yeah, we definitely cannot do like a full-blown focus on economy and just sacrifice most of our defense for a very long time type of deal. Okay, I'll just let this play out. I'm guessing we can survive for a few more waves, but then it's gonna be over. Yeah, so these guys also have a lot of health. I really want to see like what's in the middle of this pack. Health regen. No, so these are just individually regenerating health. These are not actually group healers. Yeah, they have a lot of health regeneration. Okay. That is good to know. Okay, they're still kind of alive. Let's increase the spell damage in case we need to. And I probably could grab this as well. A few more Raven Towers in the mix. I particularly like the idea that it's only until wave 30 that you really gotta focus on what you're doing. Because you have like a good general idea of what you want to accomplish. Okay. So next time, I'm not sure. I definitely want to try the Ascension 3, but I also want to continue discovering a few towers and combinations of towers. And based on this run, I think what I definitely want to check out is a Raven Tower, Ice Tower combo. Because they can fuse and they have some crazy shit. Maybe a Raven Tower, Doom Blast, Ice Tower, damage dealing kind of combo. That would be very fun. I think. Yeah, I think my favorite tower by far is the Raven Tower because it has so many options. And also the Ice Tower is just, it's just very nice once you get a nice snowball going, right? With a bunch of Icy Death towers going. Okay. Interesting. 580th. Okay, nice. Nice. So see you guys back with Ascension 3 and also some more experimentation. Thank you guys for watching.